Chris Paul, Dieng.
And Carmelo would have 20 were not for Andrew Wiggins. Because Carmelo hit that big three in Oklahoma City before Wiggins was able to bank it in.
That's exactly right.
Whiteside, a couple of misses. Melo pulls down an offensive board and able to get it to go. So McCollum, I asked him if he enjoyed having Melo on the team, and he said absolutely. Growing up in Canton, Ohio, as Shabazz drills the three. And you wonder, Jim, will they play two bigs together? And you may see that in short spurts, but that's really not what they're trying to do. As McCollum drills the three. Two bigs is not really the vision that they have. Culver follows his own miss. Jarrett Culver has been a revelation. Anthony works on Covington, spins, fires, hits. I said I'm not a fashion expert.
You just started wearing pocket squares, so oh my goodness.
Zonia going to get a chance for an and one.
His career never took off in Orlando.
Okogie and Josh hits from downtown.
Good for him.
He's unable to finish.
How about a foul call on that play?
Lillard flares out to the three-point line and drills it. But the Blazers do believe Nurk is getting much closer. Gary Trent Jr., only his second game ever here at Target Center in which he's Okogie probes and finishes. Or excuse me, Teague.
Blazer people, one thing they say about Melo is what great shape he came into the season with.
Okogie steps back for three.
No, you're right about that one.
At an all-star caliber level. And he throws it away right as I'm talking about him. Culver with the finish in transition.
Josh Okogie setting him up so Nasri could come over and get the block.
KBD, corner three.
You think about the dunk that Kata had.
Teague attacking Hazonia, got a nice screen from Reed to finish.
That Jeff Teague drive, great take by Jeff Teague.
He opens the road for Teague so he could drive right through. Simons, a little floater game, back to a one-point contest. First made field goal for the Blazers in this quarter.
Wolf got a nice little run here since Whiteside sat down and Jarrett Culver knocks down that trip. Robert Covington, number 3 in net rating. So defensively, a very underrated job by Shabazz Napier. Andrew Wiggins knocks down that triple.
Shabazz hits Rocco trailing the play. Oh my goodness, Andrew Wiggins batted it from one end to the other and then into the bucket. Portland, meantime, 1 of 12 from the field in this second quarter. Lillard, high degree of difficulty on that finish.
Made Anthony Tolliver have to reload and then threw it away in the process.
Wiggins and Andrew heating up.
He really is. 5 of 8 for Wiggins. He's got 12 points in the game to lead all Minnesota scorers for Portland. We know how quickly that can change, though.
Simons able to get around Rocco. You don't see that very often.
One in layups made, so the system is bearing fruit as Dame Dollar gets that one off the glass there.
Vision of this hierarchy with the Timberwolves from day one. Wiggins feeds Rocco, and there's another layup for the Timberwolves.
Because they play a lot in isolation.
Knocked away, and Wiggins comes out of there with the basketball. Rocco, back-to-back layups for Covington. 7th turnover tonight for the Blazers, who average 12.8 per game. Gorgie able to get Whiteside to fly by and then finishes.
Gorgie's defense and then finishing at the other end.
Lillard connects on a three. Timberwolves looking to build on a lead to take into the locker room at halftime. Gorgie again gets to the rack for a finish.
Yes.
Whiteside follows his own miss. I'm looking at the shot chart, Jim, and there's a whole bunch of orange right at Covington. And he gets the 3rd paint bucket of the night that's not a layup. And Kyle was nice enough to sign them.
Yeah.
We don't know definitively that the person that sold them on eBay didn't give them
Cove,
as Cove drills it. But the guy who did buy them, Jim, did you see that the guy who bought them
Minnesota almost didn't bring him back this past season, so a good thing they did.
Lillard able to go around Rocco for the finish.
Lillard doing Lillard things. I got to play in for 3 years and seen a multitude of games. Wiggins knocking down the mid-range.
Andrew.
They'll work that out.
Covington, no. Gorgie, yes.
Another layup for Minnesota inside.
Which is so important.
Which is so important for a point guard to have is to have a voice. You got to be able to direct people and command them. Put them in that situation, and you know, David Vanderpool has had a lot of different mentors, and Britt Robson wrote a great article about Vanderpool as well.
They've scored on all 8 possessions they've had in this quarter. McCollum able to bank it in. A little bit too strong. McCollum. And Ryan Saunders will use the timeout.
He's got to stop the bleeding right now. Gorgie Dieng's excellent corner three-point shooter.
Rocco. And add another one for the Timberwolves. Napier kicks it out. Wiggins for 3. And the Timberwolves seemingly can't miss right now. Rocco taps it over to Napier. Simons played for the pass, and Napier burns him with the layup.
I don't think it was that clear that it went off Hassan Whiteside after seeing that.
Whiteside able to get it to roll in. Wiggins from the free throw line.
Andrew just feeling it right now.
By the way, I'm looking at the box score, Jim. They did. Whiteside blows the stuff. It goes right into the hands of Lillard. And the fourth tries the charm for the Blazers, and an and one.
That's what you want to do to an opponent. You don't want to breathe life into them, give them any hope that they can win on your floor.
Whiteside hurried the shot. It falls anyway.
Shot it quick. You got to get rid of it. He's so big. Teague drawing the foul here. Oh my goodness.
Chance for a 4-point play. Coming out of Marshall.
He's so incredibly talented. He's got big numbers.
Vonleh. Athletic move for Noah Vonleh. Talked to all those people today. Of course, I warmed Melo up by talking about Syracuse.
Oh my goodness.
Vonleh, that's his second athletic finish.
When Nurkic broke his leg. You know, I mean, that impacted this season. I mean, Bergson tore his labrum and had to have that repaired, and so that's a 4-month process. As Naz Reid can't get that to go, but Minnesota is keeping it alive. Another hoop.
15th consecutive game. Was not really in the rotation for the Blazers early. Little able to drill the triple.
Become a much better shooter. More efficient shooter anyway.
Culver spins, fades away, and hits.
What a shot by him.
In 18 years overseas to Jalen Horde. His mother was a member of the French national team. Teague finds an extra gear and able to get to the bucket for the finish until St. Patrick's Day in Portland on St. Patrick's Day, and then 5 days later they'll finish off the season series here at Target Center. Tell you what, Portland making a run that is going to make this final score look much less one-sided than it really was. I'm trying to play devil's advocate. I think it was a bad call, but Jared Culver, you're a bad man. They hold the Blazers to 36.5%. And for the first time in his coaching career, Ryan Saunders has a win over the Portland